local nutritionist here in Abu Dhabi, and I've come on board with YogaOne to help you, as well as all of these ladies, get the most out of their diets. So first up, we have Laylee. She's an instructor here. Tell us about yourself, Laylee.
Laylee, as you mentioned, I'm one of the YogaOne's teachers in Abu Dhabi, and I am a big fan of plant-based diet, and that's what basically I practice. And today I'm learning how to have yummy food out of my boring salads.
But salads do not have to be boring, and they also can be really nutritious. And that's what we're going to talk about here today, is how to get the most bang for your buck when it comes to both tastiness and nutritious. So what we're going to be doing today is we're actually going to be making a bunch of yummy salad dressings that we're going to add some fat to these vegetables so you can get the most nutrients out of your vegetables.
Awesome.
A lot of vitamins are fat soluble, and so you actually don't absorb them without having them with some fat. We're going to start with some kale. You like kale?
I do love kale, especially crispy kale.
Especially crispy kale?
Just sorry, giving you
This is a little bit limp. Sorry.
Cool.
Okay, so normally there's lots of different varieties of kale. So you know that like some kale is really tough and like thick, and it's got big thick stalks. Super good. That's called dinosaur kale, and it's really tasty. But this is a little bit of a softer kale. It's called Tuscan kale, which is filled with vitamin K, and it's again a fat-soluble vitamin. So you really want to add these fats. With those other kales, you want to take out the stems, but since this is here, grab it. Give it a little flop. See how floppy it is? You could chew that pretty easy. So we're just going to chop it with the stems on.
Yeah, vitamin K is one of those rare ones in our ingredients. Yeah.
Exactly, especially for you plant-based folk.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm just gonna give this a rough chop, and then I'm gonna show you the secret kale trick that everyone who has ever made a kale Caesar knows how to do. Are you ready for the secret kale trick?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for the trick?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Don't tell anyone.
Well, we're on the show, kind of.
Don't tell anyone. Okay, so what you do, this is called breaking kale. So this is the Tuscan kale, like I said, and it's really soft. So you could probably eat that without it, but some of the big, thicker ones, it's really important to give it a little massage. Okay. So you're gonna add some lemon, which also adds a nice flavor. And to squeeze the lemon, you can just squeeze it right over the kale. And what I'm doing here is catching the seeds in my hand, because you don't want to chew no lemon seeds.
So cool. I've never seen that before.
I know. I'm full of tricks here. Okay, so we've got our lemon, and now we're gonna add some salt. Just a little bit, little sprinkling, salt to taste. And now here's our fat. This is important. This is gonna help you absorb that vitamin K. So what we're using is a nice cold pressed olive oil. Just a little bit of a drizzle. Just a little bit of a drizzle. All right, so now that we have our lemon, olive oil, salt, all up in this kale, I want you to give it a tender massage.
Love.
Give it some love.
Sure, yes.
Everybody needs a little love.
Yes, I know. You know, I don't really spend time in the kitchen. This is a great learning for me. For a change, I'm your student and you're my teacher.
I know. Normally I'm in your, so my favorite class of yours is your Yin Yang class.
Wow, is that? That's my favorite too.
How would you say you're massaging that? A yin or a yang?
It's a yin.
Yeah, I need you to yang it. I need you to yang
really?
it.
Okay.
Yeah. No, like really get in. You want to, so it's called breaking the kale.
Oh, wow.
Like, you know, when I'm like sweating in Warrior 3 and you're like, just hold it.
But
and then,
why is that?
Why am I sweating in Warrior 3? Because
No.
your classes are very challenging. Why is what?
But why do you want me to like
Really
push it like strongly? You want the fat to absorb the?
Actually, no, this is just a palate preference, so you can just leave that.
Oh, okay.
So now you can see, and I don't know if you've had a kale Caesar before in a restaurant.
I've had.
And it's not crunchy fresh kale, right?
No, it's not.
Do you want to try?
Yes. So good.
It's
I
super
can have
good.
that. Just right there.
So what you do is you break it, you give it that nice massage, and like I said, with the Tuscan kale, it's not as necessary, but if you're using the big dinosaur, the really crunchy leaves, then you definitely want to break that, because it's not comfortable to chew that.
Yeah.
It's too much. And we're just gonna set this over here, and you can let it sit for, I usually let mine sit for like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Now we're gonna move on to our dressing. All right, so for this dressing, we're gonna do a tahini. It's kind of like a tahini Caesar, but you said you didn't like garlic, so we're not gonna be using garlic. So we're gonna be using...
Garlic. I get bad dreams with garlic.
Bad dreams? Like about garlic attacking you, or?
I don't know, like just really random dreams.
Just random dreams.
Yeah.
Well, this is all about making it for you, right? And that's what nutrition should be. It should be for the person that's doing it. It shouldn't matter what anybody else is doing, as long as what you're doing feels good. So that's what we're gonna try to do. We're taking the garlic out.
Okay, yes, please.
All right, so first we're gonna add our tahini.
Do you want me to do it?
I do want you to do it. And I want you to pour in about 2 tablespoons. Just give it a nice little sploosh.
Just sploosh.
That's a technical term, sploosh. Perfect. Just rim that lip really quick. Set that aside. And then we're gonna do equal parts nutritional yeast. So this is nutritional yeast. This is a plant-based staple. Nutritional yeast is a great product for plant-based people. It has almost a cheesy flavor to it, so it kind of replaces that yummy umami taste to things that you're missing. And it's also filled with B vitamins, which is another thing that these aren't your fat-soluble vitamins, it's a water-soluble vitamin, but it's one that's kind of rare to find in a plant-based diet. So it's a good product to have around the house.
That's correct. I always supplement that. B vitamins.
Yeah, exactly. And since they're water-soluble, you have to have them every day. So you're gonna have to eat this dressing every day. I'm just kidding. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of salt. I'm gonna let you add the salt for sure because it's salt to taste.
Okay.
So do you like it salty?
I like it salty.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
Nice.
but that's enough for now.
Yeah. The recipe and all the exact measurements will be available in a link down below. All right, now we're gonna add our lemon. I'm gonna have you add this lemon as well while I teach you another lemon trick. So just squeeze that whole half in there. So if you,
so it was like this, right?
yeah, exactly. Catch them seeds. Get your hands all messy. I did this so I didn't have to wash my hands. And you had to wash yours. If you have a lemon that is a little bit hard or you want to get more juice out of it before juicing a lemon, just roll it on the table like this. So you can just give the lemon a roll and that'll make it the juices release. So when you do squeeze it, it's a lot easier too. And then I just put that right there.
Okay, sure.
All right, now, I think that's all we need. This is one of my favorite kitchen utensils. I'm a big believer in using what you have, but if I was to recommend buying anything, it's Tiny Whisk.
Okay.
Because it's so cute. Look how cute it is.
It's tiny.
Super tiny and cute. And it's really great for salad dressing. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna Tiny Whisk this. In my house, when I am doing this, I normally say, tiny whisk the whole time. So this is pretty thick, and that's not very salad dressing-y, right? This isn't gonna coat that sexy kale. So the best thing to do to make dressings coat lettuce without adding, you can do it without adding extra oils. You already have the tahini, so you have a good amount of fat. Just add water. So we're gonna add a little bit of water, and I'm gonna let you do Tiny Whisk. Tiny whisk, tiny whisk. Make your mouth tiny when you say it. Tiny whisk. All right, so it's still pretty, so this is what I do. I just add a little bit of water at a time because you don't want it to get too watery. Otherwise, you really want that flavor to stay in there. Nice. You are a professional whisker. Much like yoga, you are talented at this too. Okay, beautiful, really nice. I'm just gonna add a little bit more water. And if you ever add too much water and you have a little slip of the wrist, you can just add more tahini and other stuff. Okay. So it's not the end of the world. But this is looking pretty, it's like a salad dressing, right? Yeah. Okay, so do you want to give it a taste? I'm just gonna put my pinky right in.
Gosh, it's amazing. I can eat that on its own.
That's super good, right? This doesn't have to just be for a Caesar.
That's a real tahini.
You want to try? You want to try? You want to try? It doesn't just have to be for a Caesar. You can do fresh cut veggies with this also. I love to do just carrots and celery and dip it right in.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good dip.
It's a good dip. And it's filled with healthy fats. Our kale has been sitting over here, resting in its lemon and olive oil, which is already delicious. We're just gonna add it to this bowl and we're gonna dress the salad. Look how pretty. I think that people miss dressing their salads all the time because like sometimes they just drizzle it on top, but actually putting it in a separate bowl and giving it a toss just really nicely coats all the leaves of the salad, which adds for better flavor throughout the dish. All right, now we're gonna drizzle. So what do you normally eat?
Salads.
Salads.
No, salads because it's just easy. Well, my salads are boring. I can't tell.
Your salads are boring. What's a boring salad? Explain to me your most boring salad.
So I'm usually like really in like fast preparation because I finish work late usually.
That sounds, I mean, but you can do all of that and keep it super simple and just add a really tasty sauce. So the only thing you have to do is add a yummy tahini sauce, and then all of a sudden a boring salad becomes pretty exciting.
Yeah, like a substantial meal.
Substantial meal, exactly. So you can still have that healthy dinner filled with vitamins and nutrients and all of that goodness and not have to miss out on any of the fun, you know?
Sure, yeah. So you said prepare your dressing, but can I pre-prepare my dressings? And how long would they last?
Absolutely. You can totally batch these dressings. Tahini, lemon, salt, and nutritional yeast are all shelf-stable ingredients. So they'll actually last for quite a while. My dressings keep in the refrigerator for 7 days usually.
Oh, cool.
And sometimes I put garlic in here. You've said that, you know, I don't want to give you bad dreams. But when you do add fresh garlic, if you like garlic, the garlic flavor just gets deeper and richer as the days go on. So you end up with like a mild dressing, and by the 7th day, it's a spicy garlic dressing. Okay. Now, this is great for taste, but we also want to add some protein. As a plant-based person and as well as a yoga teacher, like you are super physically active. Like how many classes do you do a day?
I mean, it depends. Every day is different. Sometimes it's just one, sometimes it's 3, 4, and it's my own practice, and it's, you know.
It's physical, it's hard.
Yeah, it's all physical.
Yeah.
I like it that way.
Exactly.
I love my job.
It's a good job to have, but you need to also take care of yourself and make sure you have that energy and stability to take you from each class and sleep well and feel full. So I've made some spicy tofu for you. Do you want to grab that?
Yes. Spicy tofu is,
Tofu is a complete protein as well. So a complete protein just means that it has all essential 9 amino acids in it. And everything kind of has protein. Kale has protein, tahini has protein, nuts and seeds, but as a plant-based person, it's good to focus on getting complete proteins. And soy is one of them, and it's great. Have it all on its own. And this is a very simple miso, cayenne, and salt marinade. I left it overnight. But with something as delicious as this dressing, when you put them together, you don't need anything fancy. You can cook salt and pepper tofu and just pan fry it, and I think that this dressing holds its own. So help me dress up this salad.
Sure.
I'll put all them slices on there. Plant-based protein. So this is just a super basic version for you to try right now. And it's just tofu and kale, super minimal ingredients, very easy to pre-prepare. It's all about having your preference though. You can make this salad whatever you want. I used kale and spicy tofu. You can use shredded carrots, beets, whatever you have in the fridge. I'm very much all about working with what you like and what you have. You know, you shouldn't have to go out and search for specialty ingredients and spend ridiculous amounts of money. Like, look at
time.
Money and time, right? Look at what looks good in the store, what calls to you, what you actually like, and just put the good dressing on it.
Yes, sure.
Super simple. Do you want to try it?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
We're gonna wait from the beginning.
I'm gonna try it too, so hurry up.
Yeah.
Should we try it? Should we do like a 1, 2, 3 try it?
Yes.
It's a big chunk of tofu.
I think I'm taking a lot.
Remember, you're gonna have to talk after this with the food in your mouth.
Oh yeah, it's super tasty. Like, I could eat that every day, pretty much. It's really, really good. Wow, spicy as well. Love spicy.
This is what I mean. You don't have to sacrifice any taste or quality for something that's super good for you and really nutritious.